So I've not reviewed any Realme products, I think for well over a year and a half. It was one of the first brands I ever did review on this channel. Today I've got the Realme Buds Air 3, which seems to be wanting to stand up against the OnePlus Buds Z2 and perhaps the Nothing Year 1. So let me go ahead and unbox this and see how my first impressions go. So normally I don't talk about the price until later on at the end of the review. These I think are going at an introductory price of about, how much did I get? $34.99, which is pretty good actually. So it'll be interesting to see what these are really like, because their MRP is $5,999, which is the same as the Buds Z2, which I recently compared to the Nothing Year ones. Let's jump in and check. These are obviously the white ones I ordered. I forget what they call these. They've got their own Galaxy White, these are called. Oh, everyone's trying to copy Apple, man, but failing. And it comes in this little case, which we'll get back to. Let's see what else comes in the box. The literature. Dual device connection. Oh, does this also do what the OnePlus does? Okay, I need to try this out, because the OnePlus I thought was the only one that had something like this in this segment. So in the box you get an extra set of ear tips. I presume these are smalls and large, and the medium should be on. You should also get your cable, which for some reason is a bright yellow. Oh, this is Realme's color. Yeah, okay, so a bright yellow cable to charge the case. USB-C. So let's have a look at the earphones and see how the build is and how the pairing and all is. Unsheathing the plastic of these. And yet again, we've got a beautiful glossy white. Now everyone's going for glossy these days. This is something like, it's like a pebble finish. This is really neat actually compared to the other cases that I've been reviewing. This is a really slim case. To give you an idea, this is the Realme, this is the Nothing. It's compact. It's quite neat and compact, this little case. I quite like this design. On the top there's a little some Realme branding over here, covered in a glossy sort of plastic. This is going to scratch yet again. There's a little reset button over here, it seems. It's sort of a bit recessed in the case. I like the look of these. Ha! It's got a scratch on it. Is it scratch or is it glue? Oh no, it's just some glue. I thought it was a scratch. No, the glue has come off. So the stems on these seem to have some sort of a matte kind of paint. It's a nice silver color. And these are very rounded stems, so it's easy to hold on to. Could be a bit slippery for some, but it seems like a very neat design. So the snap of this case is a bit on the shrill side. I wish it were a little more muted, because this does seem very classy. Like if someone were to take this out of their bag or their pocket, the first thing I'm going to think is, wow, what brand is this? Not realizing these are, just $3.5 grand. But let me pair these and see how they do. Okay, so these have quick pairing. So connecting to Buds Air 3. Connected. Then there's some app I'm supposed to get. Wait, let me just see what app. Okay, so I've had to download the Realme Link app from the Play Store. So anyway, I've managed to pair this with the app. And the first thing I've got is a notification for an update, which I'm going to go ahead with and update. Okay, so the software is updated and I've gone into the app, the Realme Link app. It shows your left and right earbud battery and your case's battery. So you've got your noise cancellation, your normal and your transparency modes. Then you've got some sound effects, bass, boost, plus, balance, bright. I guess these are like EQ settings. Volume enhancer, further increase volume of your audio device. Nope, I do not want to do that. Then it's got a game mode on and a game mode off. So I presume it does have a better latency period when the game mode is on. So yeah, before I just jump into how these things feel and sound, I just want to say that considering Realme is selling them at this introductory price, it seems pretty terrific considering the overall build. I wasn't expecting this. I was expecting it to be a lot more plasticky. I don't have my OnePlus Buds Z2 with me right now. I've given them in for a replacement because of the noise cancelling issue they were given. But their fit and finish is really good, especially at this introductory offer. So let me jump in to see how these feel. Usually the medium earbuds fit me just right. It's immediately gotten rid of this fan motor and my fan motor is a lot louder right now because the lights have gone off, so it's making a bit more of a whiny sound. Its noise cancelling seems pretty good. There's some movement on the road outside my studio and it's doing a pretty good job of cutting that out. So basically you don't have noise cancelling levels like in the OnePlus buds and the Nothing Ear ones. In the Nothing Ear ones, it's a light or a medium and high, and the OnePlus buds is also a maximum and normal noise cancelling. With this is just noise cancelling on, normal with it off, and transparency mode. And I'm not hearing any weird white noises like I did with the OnePlus buds. My bad, it does have an option here. There is a strong noise cancelling and mild noise cancelling option. Mild noise cancelling, I think, lets in a few lower frequencies, because with mild on I could hear some engine noises coming in from outside. With strong, it's almost dead silent. I can still hear slight whooshing from the blades, but it's pretty good. These fit pretty comfortably in the ear. These definitely don't fit as snug as in-ears would, like the Sonys I did a first impressions with recently. These sort of just sit on the outside of the ear. You don't have to cram them into the ear. So I do find these to be a lot more comfortable to use. It's not as intrusive. So anyway, let's see how these things sound now. But I will check everything on absolutely flat EQ. I'm not modifying any EQ settings. In fact, it's on the standard balanced mode. I'm not putting it on. It's got bright and bass boosted. I'm going to leave it on the balanced mode completely. Volume enhancer off. That's the best way to know how they sound out of the box. And let's see how they sound. Okay, something that's popped up is Africa by Toto. So let's see how these. So far so good. I'm at about 40-50% volume. I'm on their balance mode. Okay, so these aren't too loud, which is nice. I didn't like that at all about the OnePlus. And these have a nice soft volume at 5%. At a lower volume, there is a bit of a loss in the highs and lows. Mids are still pretty strong, so I think I will be able to use these to drift off to sleep at night. But comfortable listening volumes, I think, are very comfortable between 30 to 50%, no issue. The minute you start going beyond 50%, yeah, it's unnecessarily loud. And of course, you can be introduced to a little bit of distortion the higher you go. Okay, I've just moved on to Fleetwood Mac's Landslide. And these are surprisingly clean sounding. I didn't expect Realme to sound this clean. Plucking of the guitar is coming off really very finely. It's well detailed, it's clean and sharp, but not piercing. I didn't expect them to sound like this. Vocals do sound a bit recessed. I think this is the way a lot of manufacturers are going, and they usually do this to emphasize the bass. So if you do have a reduced mid frequencies zone, it only accentuates the bass that much more. So you get the feeling of having boosted bass. So I've just moved on to my go-to track for first impressions, Easy on Me by Adele. It's a very simple track. It's just her voice, a bass guitar and the piano. And it sounds thin. It sounds a bit tinny. She's got so much more to her voice, but these are lacking in that area. Deeper voices, deeper registers, maybe male vocals will sound a bit better. She's sounding a bit nasal. It's sounding pulled back. It's not as open as it could be. Yeah, Adele does not sound good here. These are not the earphones for you if you like Adele a lot. It does not complement her voice at all. Okay, so I've moved on to Aaron Wright's Build It Better. Acoustics do well. Acoustics do really well here. They come off very clean. Guitars, drums, nothing electronic in this track. So Aaron Wright's voice comes through very nicely. It is sitting in the recessed range for sure, but it doesn't come off as tinny as a female voice like what just happened with Adele's voice. It just sounds more balanced with the male vocal. These earphones work better with male vocals. Okay, so I've moved on to something a little heavier. Daft Punk's Get Lucky. And these things played back nicely. The bass does have good extension. It's not as in your face as the OnePlus. Those things are just obnoxiously in your face, but this is doing a good job. It sounds good. Yeah, so these things do well when it comes to their bass. If you've bought a set of OnePlus Buds Z2 and you're regretting not waiting for these, don't worry about it. You've not missed out on anything. Yes, it's got a nice design and nice finish and whatever else, but it's still glossy, and at least on its balanced mode, it sounds nothing like how the OnePlus Buds Z2 do when it comes to the bass. And those earphones are very definitely catered to the bass heavy enthusiast. So these, I think, on a sound front, looking at more balanced audio, I will look at their other audio profiles, but I'll leave that for my in-depth review. I will get back to you guys in some time with that specific review, but on first impressions, these are an impressive little set, especially the fact that I got these for about 3,500 and not 5,999. It is a beautiful build, it is a beautiful finish, it's a nice design overall with the earbuds and the case. I like that they've done something different to what everything else is. Then again, they have had a model before this that has the same design. This seems much easier to put in your pocket compared to the Nothing Year One case, and maybe also the OnePlus, because that's got a very capsule type phallic shape, whereas this is more of a pebble. So this is nice. I don't know if I'd recommend this to anyone when it comes to their sound yet, because I've not really spent too much time with these. This kind of sounding earphone I do need to spend some time with to do a critical analysis, because this seems very on the fence. It's trying to please some people on this side and some people on that side, but it's not I don't think as defined as the Nothing or the OnePlus is. So I will get back to you guys when it comes to the in-depth review in well, hopefully a week, if I get time to do my scripting and editing and whatever else. So anyway, I'll see you guys in that video, and if you do like the content on my channel, remember to like and subscribe. It does help my channel. And thank you for tuning in to Paul's POV for some sound advice.